Alright folks, I'm World Cup Today's Tom Bennett and I'm joined by the absolute hero that is Marcus Foley. We're still reading from the VARcical scenes on Monday evening in Group B.
Yes, I actually sent it to VAR and I can confirm it was a complete and utter farce. So, if we're going to take a quick review of what happened, all things VAR related, we should probably start with the Portugal-Iran game, because that is kind of where it dominated. Three key issues, or areas. There was a Ronaldo penalty in the second half, which was a penalty, so well done VAR. There was then a situation where Ronaldo caught an Iranian player with a flailing arm off the ball.
Yeah.
Now, I suppose it was open to debate whether it was clear and deliberate. However, I don't know, if you send it to VAR and you give him a yellow card, then surely is that not an admission that it was clear and deliberate? You don't get a yellow card for accidentally bumping into someone.
Well, it feels a bit, I don't want to go throwing accusations around here, but it was Ronaldo at a World Cup. Does that go into the referee's mind a little bit? Because you could see on Ronaldo's face, he was thinking, oh cripes, I'm in real trouble. And then as the ref was marching back over from the monitor, going for his cards, Ronaldo was, oh crumbs. You could see that Ronaldo thought, oh no, I'm done for here. But the yellow came out. Should the yellow come out? Iran clearly didn't think so.
Yeah, personally I think it was nothing or a red. So I'm going to give VAR a fail there.
But that wasn't all.
Not all. Cedric Suarez, he of Southampton fame, was adjudged to have handled a ball inside the box, and as we all know, that would be a penalty. However, it was done on VAR again, and to be fair, it was an absolute debacle. Basically, he wasn't looking where the ball was coming from, and his hands were in a natural position. It was a handball, but certainly not a deliberate. Last-minute penalty, which was dispatched, and then Iran, if they'd nicked another, they would have knocked out Portugal. So top to bottom, VAR was an absolute shambles. And in the Spain game, there was even more VAR-related controversy. They were 2-1 down, getting into the dying minutes of the game, put together a tidy little move, ball swung over, Aspas of Liverpool fame, formerly now of Celta Vigo fame, tucked the ball away, tidy little finish, but the ref on first viewing judged it to be offside, didn't give the goal, went to VAR, gave the goal.
Well, I think that the decision here was correct. Aspas was just onside, but then what happened afterwards was it sparked really horrible, wasn't that bad, but it sparked scenes of where players were really arguing with each other. There was lots of coaching staff on the pitch, substitutes on the pitch, people getting really heated about it. I think the thing that really antagonised the Moroccans was they were already out of the tournament. It didn't actually matter to them. This was more just for pride from their sake. And the Spanish side were gesturing for VAR right from the start, doing all this kind of stuff, and that's really the side of things you don't want to see of this element of the game, I don't think. So the hosts have really been putting the boot in, haven't they, to their Group A opponents so far. 2 wins in their first 2 games, already through before the big clash against Uruguay, the other best team in Group A. And on Monday we saw them get absolutely walloped.
It's official, they're pretty poor at football. The first 2 games were anomalies, if you can have 2 anomalies on the bounce. But yeah, as soon as they came up against a good, well-drilled, organised team, they were 2 goals down within 23 minutes. So it will be interesting to see how they progress from here.
I suppose the big key things to note here is in their opening 2 matches, they were full of energy, to an absurd degree, really. Of all the performances in the tournament, this is actually a statistic for you, Marcus. They ran further than any other team in any other game in both. So the top 2 team performances in the tournament were Russia in their first 2 group games. You can't maintain that. They're already through. Maybe it was wise to conserve a bit of energy. You can't do that so many times, but they need to. They're not a talented group of footballers, so maybe they're just saving themselves for the bigger games to come.
Perhaps. And that was a fantastic stat, Thomas.
Thank you.
No problem.
backed by overwhelming public demand. It's the unbelievably successful phrase of the day, which is just sweeping the nation at the moment. Today we're teaching you another useful phrase, football phrase, kind of, you'll find out in a minute, in Russian. So I tell you a Russian phrase and you have to guess what it is in English, right?
Okay.
Here we go.
Uh-huh.
Mili Gile.
I'll be honest, I'm absolutely nowhere near closer. Can I have
Do you want a clue?
Yes, please.
Famous English manager.
Famous English manager. And can you pronounce again, please?
Mili Gile.
Gillet, you say? It's not Tim Sherwood, is it?
It's not Tim Sherwood, no. It refers to the current England manager and his sartorial choices.
So Gareth Southgate.
Mm-hmm.
Is it clobber related?
It is clobber related.
Is it waistcoat?
It is waistcoat. It's nice waistcoat.
Strong.
Now I picked that phrase for a reason, Marcus, because one of, if I'm honest with you, probably the most impressive element of England's World Cup so far, in my opinion, has been Gareth Southgate's unbelievable fashion choices. Right from the off as England manager, he came in tailored to perfection, brown brogues, poised, looking incredibly smart. His unveiling press conference, he had a nice little pocket square going on there. It was a challenge in the World Cup, because obviously you get the quite hot temperatures, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
He brought in the waistcoat options, which he's always worn a three-piece. He loves a three-piece, but the waistcoat option, no jacket waistcoat, looks very smart, keeps it looking really elegant on the touchline. Have you been impressed?
Yeah, but evidently not as impressed as your good self. Yeah, no, he's looking slick. The football's been slick. Maybe his suit is a manifestation of how he wants England to play. 3 men at the back, three-piece suit.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
Slick. And
lots of control though, isn't it? Like precision.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Of the managers that are really well dressed in the World Cup, the Renard, the Morocco manager, we all know about him.
Yeah.
The white shirt, the press white shirt. Who do you think is better dressed out of the two, Southgate or Renard?
I mean, the big questions.
I know, it's important.
I'd have to stick with my man Gareth. Purely because I think, do you know what I mean? He's changed up his style to the conditions. Renard just keeps it the same, whatever. I imagine if it was cold winter, he'd still be there in his white shirt.
I think with Ronaldo as well, it obviously does look spectacular, but I think that's more to do with what he's working with underneath. His physique is astonishing. The press white shirt is great, but if I wore a press white shirt, people would be going, oh my god, look at this guy. They'd be going, that's just a bloke in a white shirt. So I think with Southgate, he is really putting the effort in with the wardrobe, and I think that's to be complimented.
Yeah, I'd say Renard has done wonders for a white shirt. Whereas a waistcoat has done wonders for Gareth Southgate.
Yeah, that's very fair.